Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex 12 FPS. My name is Zen, and today I am going to be playing Eggs Florentine and Handy, because when Eggs is there, Handy always is anyway. And joining me today is my good friend.
Yippee! I'm Tired Penguin. You can call me Pengu because that is my name and I exist. I'm playing the Ferret child, whose name is a letter H. I love him.
We all love H. H is fantastic. Um, yeah, so it is, for a change of pace, early morning at the PartyPlex. Sun's still sort of coming up. The place isn't quite open to guests yet, but the night shift has ended, and Eggs Florentine is leaving the PartyPlex to head home for the day. So he comes out the front door, heads out into the parking lot where there's like 3 cars at the moment, uh, gets into a pretty beat up and dirty looking gray car.
He's being watched.
He's being watched. Should I roll perception versus stealth?
Yes. H's stealth is quite good. Oh, keyboard.
Well,
It's fine. 7.
Eggs got a 7, so
well,
chances are good for
H's
H.
stealth is a H's stealth is a +8. He physically cannot roll lower than that.
Well, just
But
roll.
I'm gonna
Let's
roll
see how
anyway.
much higher he is. 24. Yeah, so what's
Gibber.
H sneaking around and doing?
He is following the night guard. He is following eggs.
Is he like waiting outside the doors for Eggs to come out and then just like creeping after
Yes,
him?
he was hiding in the dumpster. He was hiding in the dumpster.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's in the fucking dumpster these days. It's getting so crowded in there.
Someone's got to start paying rent. Someone's got to
uh,
start paying rent in those dumpsters, seriously. But yeah, H with that wonderful roll, sneaks past eggs, and he's doing the little tippy tappy, and of course the little toony sounds, which eggs does not hear because tune logic. And he's he only he doesn't fully understand what a car is, but he knows it's something that brings people places very quickly. He's tried to chase one, it hasn't worked out for him, and people seem to get upset when he's in the street or in front of one. He's not sure why, but
oh,
anyway, he tries to hop in Eggs's car
yeah.
in his trunk.
I think with the 24 stealth he can.
He hops in the trunk.
Oh my gosh. While he's in there, do you want to roll perception to see what other things might be in Eggs's trunk?
Absolutely. His perception is not as good as his stealth.
2.
Who?
It's not
His
empty.
perception is not as good as his stealth.
Yeah. You can tell it's not empty, but it's so dark you can't tell what's in there. There's like some kind of container, probably. You don't know what's in here, but it's not
Mm,
just empty.
that's fine. If there's a container of something, he is going to check if it's food.
Um, how is he going to check if it's
Roll a
food?
2. Open it. Sniff, sniff.
It does not.
Sniff, sniff,
It
sniff,
does
sniff,
not
sniff.
smell like food.
What does it smell like? If he gets
Chemical.
anything because of the 2.
It smells like
Chemical. Ugh,
chemical.
he stinks. He goes blech and closes it back up.
Oh, that's probably for the best. And
He's
after.
eaten he's eaten not food items before, but he knows he doesn't like it. So he will not he will leave the chemical alone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, making a sensible decision for once, as he is hiding inside
For
the
once.
trunk of an unfamiliar car.
Yeah.
And like pretty
I
much
mean,
as. Hmm?
he goes, car takes people places. I want to go to where eggs is going, therefore I get in car.
I mean, it's solid logic when you put it that way.
Yeah. And it is correct. You want to go same place as that person, you get in car.
Mm-hmm. Get in the same car as that person. Mm-hmm.
Get in same car.
Yeah, and pretty much right as soon as H closes the container back up, the car starts moving.
There are tiny little giggles.
I feel like H is going to be, you know, shifting side to side as the car turns a bit. The car goes over a little bump, and Eggs and H like gets thrown up in the air a little bit.
He's fine with that. It's a fun ride.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Eggs isn't going super fast and doing a lot of car stunts, so nothing unsafe.
Normal road bounces.
Mm-hmm. And after a little bit, the car comes to a stop again, and each can hear the door of a car opening. It seems Eggs is getting out.
Should I roll another perception or can I carry over the two?
Do you want to carry over the two?
I kind of want him to fail because what I want him to do like is kind of try to wait until he doesn't hear eggs for a bit and then try to pop out. But with a bad perception, eggs might just see his trunk open.
I mean, the other point of the bad perception is, does H know how to open a car trunk from the inside?
Good question. Intelligence.
Oh boy, that's not his strong suit.
No, it is not. It is his worst stat. That's a slash.
You got
It is his
the
worst stat.
starting off with the right character.
9.
It's better than his perception. So yeah, there was a latch on the outside of the trunk to open it, and there is also a latch on the inside of the trunk to open it. Possibly
Ah,
H got thrown up against it. While riding over here.
this makes sense. Latch open thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he opens the trunk.
Oh. And if you want, Eggs is standing right there. He was going through his keys to find the right one to open the door, and he sees his trunk open.
A ferret tumbles out of his trunk.
Oh. He watches this and he's like, okay, how long were you in there?
H looks up at him and surprise, startle. A normal amount of time?
H, there is no normal amount of time to be in someone's trunk.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that. He did not know that.
Oh, baby. Uh,
Very baby.
So, how long was it then?
I don't know time good. Since you left the colorful place.
Okay, this morning? Like 20 minutes ago? Or like yesterday?
This morning.
Okay, okay, that's better. Um, Follow up question, why were you in my trunk?
Because I wanted to go with you.
X is just standing there processing that for a moment. You know, it's not generally a good idea to get in the car of someone you don't know very well and go home with them, right?
H just looks at him with an expression where he can tell he did not know that.
Okay. Consider that a lesson then. It's not a good thing to do. Um some some people act nice, but will hurt you. Um oh gosh. Why did you want to follow me?
Insight.
All right. 9.
9. Well, H wears his heart on his sleeve. Uh, see, H doesn't fully know why. Perhaps it was a bit of boredom, but it's also the element of this is a nice person. I want to spend time with the nice person.
Oh my
He thinks Eggs
gosh.
is nice. This is a nice person.
I'm picturing Eggs looking down at H, and H is just looking up with like the sparkliest puppy eyes.
Yeah. The big puppy eyes. The peckin'.
Oh,
The big puppy eyes.
baby. Baby. Eggs is like,
Very baby.
Eggs is thinking, like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do about this.
You have a child. That was in your trunk.
Oh, Eggs just like, the PartyPlex training didn't prepare me for this.
What training does? What sort of training would prepare you for this situation, Eggs?
I don't know. Uh, I think Eggs is like, well, I can take you back to the Partyplex, or do you have somewhere you're staying? Or someone watching you that might be worried where you are?
Still no.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did have a question. I did have a question. That's one reason I followed you. I did have a question.
Alright, what's your question?
Can I have a hug?
Oh my god. Do you want to roll insight?
Yes. Insight. My keyboard's been a little broken, so I'm typing slow. It's fine. 5.
5. With a 5, Egg seems surprised by that, but not necessarily mad or upset about it.
Okay, that's good. He's not
Mm-hmm.
upset. He's still getting puppy eyes.
And Eggs goes, "You snuck into the trunk of my car to ask me for a hug?"
Mm-hmm.
Alright, uh, sure, I guess. And he will give each a hug.
Happy tail wiggles immediately.
Ah! I picture
Happy
he's like
ferret.
kneeling down to get on H's level for this, because he is much taller.
And H kind of hops up to and be in hug range too.
Ah! That's
Hop.
adorable! Oh, hug acquired. Uh, does
Hug
he
acquired.
does each want to roll another perception and look around at where they are?
Yes.
9.
9.
Okay, that's good enough to tell. You're sort of like probably on the outskirts of Future World City, you think. Things aren't quite as clean and shiny and new as they are sort of in the area where the PartyPlex is. And you're in the parking lot outside a tall building with a lot of windows. But it doesn't look as colorful or exciting as the PartyPlex.
Which is more what H is used to.
Mm-hmm.
I th- I think he does not let go of the hug, but I think he does look around a little and just go, ooh, new place.
Out loud or just in his head?
Out loud.
Yeah, but I don't live at the Partyplex, so.
You live here?
Yeah, for the time being at least.
Ooh. Sparkles.
Oh.
Home of the nice person.
Mm-hmm. Eggs is so fucking reluctant to invite H inside. I'm just thinking, what if it started raining? Then he wouldn't have a choice. He's not
I was
going.
also gonna say H might come up with a second question, which is, do you have snacks? But I like rain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soggy.
Mm-hmm. It's all cloudy out. Uh, I mean, H can ask if Eggs has snacks, but
Yeah. I think like, oh, I came up with a second question. I didn't have this one before, but I just came up with it now.
yeah.
Do you have any snacks? I'm hungry.
Unfortunately, I don't, kid.
Oh. He reaches into his hammer space. That's his AD10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Fumble.
uh 9. He pulls out a leaf. He starts nibbling on the leaf.
What kind of leaf is it?
Like a leaf, uh,
Like
he
off a
picked it up
tree.
off the ground. Yes.
Oh, okay, kid, I don't think you should be eating that. Um,
But I've eaten leaves before.
that that doesn't mean you should keep eating them. Um,
Oh.
that's not food. Not all leaves are safe to eat, I think.
Oh yeah, one did make me sick once. I didn't eat that kind again.
Okay, maybe let's not eat any more leaves unless someone tells you they're food, okay?
He looks at the leaf he's holding. He holds it up to you. So this is a not food leaf.
That one's not food, no.
He reaches into his hammer's face. Again. Does this count as the continuing fumble, or is this a new? I'm going to count
it
this
is
as
a
a
continuing. You have to roll the
so.
d10. That's another fumble.
Okay. Well, thankfully he has a lot of leaves in his fumble chart. He has multiple leaves in his fumble chart. 14. That is a half. Well, I realize I actually have two fumble charts for him, and one of the options is funnier. He pulls out a diamond. Yeah, that one's not food. He just stuffs it
No,
back in his hammer's
it
face.
sure is not food. Look, if you don't have stack, I think there's like a corner store a little down the road.
He pulls out an empty bag of chips. Oh, that's not even a leaf.
I think Handy is laughing at this point.
Handy gets looked at, just a little offended, a little pouty.
Aww. And Eggs goes, look, kid, I can buy you a snack at the store if you want.
His ears perk up. Yes, please.
Alright, um, it's just down this way, so, we'll walk over there. Don't run into the street or anything, please.
Okay. People do seem to get upset when I'm in the streets.
Yeah, it's because a car could hit you and really hurt you. Although, I mean, with
Oh.
teens, I guess, like, some of the time you could walk it off, but, like, better not to test it.
I am really squishy.
I'm sure you are, kid, but, yeah, better not to test it.
Okay.
And Eggs will lead H a little ways down the street to a little convenience store.
He will try to hold Eggs' hand as they walk.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, if H tries to hold his hand, Eggs will oblige and hold his hand.
He does still occasionally get distracted and almost walk into the street, but thankfully handhold.
Yeah. Do you want to roll insight or perception on the walk over?
They're the same modifier. Let's go with insight. 7.
7. With a 7, every time H goes to walk into the street, he notices Eggs grips his hand a little tighter.
Entirely understandable. And that also reminds H that, oh yeah, people get upset when I do that.
Yeah.
Kind of blinks him out of it.
Baby. Baby. What an absolute baby. Oh, I love him.
He's very baby. He's
extremely
very baby
baby.
and he's very dumb. I love him.
Oh, I love him too. So they make it to the convenience
Sweetie.
store intact, and Egg says, "You can go pick out a snack or two. I don't know. Uh,
He he for a moment he counts on his fingers to make sure he knows what two is. For just a second.
oh my god.
Two. Two of them? He holds up the two fingers to make sure.
Just, uh, sure. However, Benny, I don't know. Whatever looks good, I guess.
But everything looks good.
As much. You can't get more than you can carry in your own hands, okay? How about that?
Okay. Okay. He gives a thumbs up. And then he scurries off. What do I roll for how much can he fit in his hands?
Um, hmm.
I feel like it's a dexterity score.
Dexterity
Or
seems
strength.
about right. Maybe sleight of hand. Well, like
Dexterity.
a lot of snacks are pretty lightweight, so dexterity,
Yeah.
straight dexterity,
Um,
sleight of hand if you have a modifier.
Straight dexterity is a +4, sleight of hand is a +6. Can they use
Dexterous
sleight of
little
hand?
guy.
Yes, when I first made him, one of the two stats that I knew would be his highest were dexterity and charisma. It ended up mostly dexterity. Um, anyway, +6.
Mm-hmm.
+6. No!
It's a
What?
nat one.
He drops a lot.
Oh my god.
Egg. Eggs. I
I'm
think Egg sees him just like down one of the little. Well, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I was picturing like he has like an armful of stuff. He reaches for one more. Something falls out of the pile. He leans over to pick it up. Something else falls out. Just like,
Yeah. I think Egg sees all that happen, and then H looks like he's gonna cry.
no! Oh my god. I think
And
as.
H just stands there.
Oh no. Eggs comes into the aisle and starts picking up the stuff that H dropped.
I think there's a little sniffle.
I'll just bring this up to the counter for you.
Okay. He bonks his head into him.
You're going to kill me. This is so fucking cute.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
My hands are tiny.
Yeah, they are kind of small.
My hands are tiny, but my stomach is big.
Yeah. Finish picking out a few more things and then we'll go pay for it, okay?
Okay. He grabs a few more snacks. And he does not overload his hands this time.
Yeah. And when he goes to the counter, uh all of the things that he had picked out and dropped, the cashier is scanning them and putting them into a bag.
Eggs can notice he has noticeably picked up anything colorfully packaged. Everything he picked up is colorfully packaged.
Oh, I mean, most things at a gas station are, but
That is true, but also H can't really read.
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's pictures on some of the packaging with like the food that's inside. Most of the packaging, probably.
yeah, he is going entirely off of just appearance.
He's gonna wind up buying something really spicy.
Yup. He, I think he likes anything flavorful. He likes anything very flavorful. Spice is a flavor. He can't do a lot of spice, but he doesn't mind spice.
Mhm. I'm just thinking of some of the like flamin' hot or Takis bags that are very brightly colored, sour candy too.
Oh, yes. I think he'd really like sour candy. He'd really like sour candy.
Well, that works out well then. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, he can bring his stuff up to the counter, and Eggs will help him lift it
Like
onto the counter if needed.
he is very short. I'm unsure if he can reach the counter.
Yeah, so Eggs will help him if he needs it, and
Yeah.
Eggs pays for all of the snacks and hands
For this
down.
hungry little fellow.
Yeah, he hands down one bag of snacks to H and picks up the other one
And
himself.
his tail wags, and he probably immediately reaches in to tear one open and start eating.
Aww.
Yum. His tail is wagging again.
Good. Uh, so what did you get?
I have no idea. Colorful things. These ones taste sour.
Yeah, those are uh sour gummy worms. That makes sense.
Gummy worms. Yes, I like gummy worms. They're funny looking. And also, I'm not allowed to eat actual worms. I tried; they taste bad.
Yeah, I think in general most things you find on the ground, you probably shouldn't be eating.
Most things I find on the ground do taste bad. But I like gummy worms. I don't find those on the ground. Well, one time I did. I didn't eat it though.
Wow, that's good. Uh, and I think they make it to the doors of the convenience store, and now it has started raining outside.
Oh.
H immediately kind of like leans into eggs.
And you said you're not really staying anywhere at the moment, are you?
Uh, I found a box.
How would you like to come inside to my apartment at least until it stops raining?
The reaction is immediate. Sparkles and tail wags.
Oh my god. Oh, he can't say no now. He takes H's hand again and is like, okay, uh, let's head there before the rain gets worse then.
Okay.
And short walk back down the street across the parking lot to the apartment building. Eggs fumbles with keys at the door for a moment, and then opens the door to the lobby.
Yippee! They get in and H will do the doggy shake. All fours. Shake, 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 shake.
Oh my god.
He fluffs up like a cotton ball.
Eggs is just standing there dripping. Alright. My apartment is up on the third floor. Are you good with stairs?
I can do stairs.
Alright. And Eggs leads the way to the stairs, and then up the stairs and out into a hallway. And this whole building is
He
like.
notices.
Hmm?
He notices H counting the floors. The 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
He tries counting the stairs too, but he gives up on that pretty quick.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's more than he can count on his little hands.
Mm-hmm. And Eggs hangs back and waits for H to catch up.
Aww.
H will also notice this building is like the opposite of the PartyPlex. It's like gray carpet, white walls, very neutral, very minimalist, I guess.
Yeah. H might point it out. I mean, he's definitely observing it, but he might go like,
This is a lot less colorful than the Plex place.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's not a lot of places as colorful as the PartyPlex.
It is very colorful. The first time I went in there, I think I almost went blind. Almost. I didn't actually. I didn't actually go blind. Just almost.
I think X does like give a little laugh at that and is like, oh, yeah, I can tell, kid. That place can be overwhelming, right?
It's loud.
I bet. I've only been there at night and it's a little quieter then, at least.
H nods.
Like when it was night when I got stuck in the vending. Well, I didn't get stuck in the vending machine. When it was night when I was in the vending machine. Of my own choice.
Right, yeah, like that.
He just giggles.
And they make it to Eggs's apartment and he unlocks the door and holds it open for each to go inside.
H will step in, tail wagging behind him.
And each can roll perception to take a look around this place.
Absolutely. D20. Oh.
-1.
Nat 1. That's a nat 1.
It's a -1. Oh my gosh. I feel like with this, H gets through the door and immediately sits down and starts going through his snacks without even looking. Like,
Definitely. Definitely. I like that.
and Eggs comes in
Face.
and it closes the door and like sets the other bag of snacks down by H.
H has his face in the whole bag, rooting around for snacks. He has gone through the gummy worms. The gummy worms are gone.
Oh my god. Eggs like watches him
He
reading.
pulls out.
Mm?
Yeah.
Nope, finish your
You
thing
go.
first.
You go. I was just gonna say the next thing he would pull out, so you say your thing.
Eggs watches him rooting around in the snacks for a little bit and is like, he doesn't know what to do about this. I think he's like,
H pulls
you don't have to sit on the floor.
he pulls his face out of the bag, now with holding a bag of spicy chips in his mouth.
Oh, Eggs looking at this like, uh, I mean, you can sit on the floor if you want to, but uh, you you don't have to. I have oh, and Eggs can or H can roll perception again if he wants.
Another try, sweet boy. Sweet boy. Another try.
18,
Oh, nat 20 this time!
The duality of Dice Parser. Yeah, now that H has pulled his head out of the snack bag, he can see uh X's apartment, which looks to be pretty much one room. There's like a door off to the side that's vaguely open through which H can see a shower, so it's uh the bathroom. And just inside the door is a little kitchenette that looks pretty dusty. And then in the rest of the room, there is a bed shoved up in the corner. It has a pretty bare mattress with like a blanket over top, sort of just thrown there, and what seems to be a teddy bear on the bed. And then there is an armchair, which is in the middle of the room, pointing at a like chest of drawers with a TV on top. And that's the room. There is an overhead light which Eggs has turned on. One of the bulbs is blown out.
H's tail wags.
And Eggs is like, you can sit on the chair, I guess, or the bed. I don't really have a lot of people over.
I think he will hop into the chair. Still with the snack bag.
Yeah,
If
it is a pretty comfy chair.
he does that little wiggle as he gets comfy in it and sinks into it. And Eggs gets the biggest smile up at him.
Oh my god. Do you want to roll insight?
Yes. I do. Please get a good one. Sweet boy. 10.
10. I mean, it's a little hard to tell with the mask. He doesn't seem mad at you or anything, but he does seem like he is having a little bit of a crisis, like, oh god, what did I get myself into here?
H blinks and then kind of tilts his head at him.
I feel like as H looks at him, Egg sort of like hurries off into the other room and comes back with a towel and is like, are you still wet? Do you want to dry off? And offers
He
each the
might
towel.
still be he might still be a little cotton ball puffed. Just a little.
I think I'm okay.
Alright.
I did a good shake.
Yeah, you sure did, bud. X is very nervous. I think he will say like, I don't really know what to do here. I haven't had someone over. Um,
Would you like a chip?
He holds up a spicy chip.
that's very nice of you to offer, but no, no, you eat it.
Okay.
He does. He's not going to argue too much because, well, he is still hungry.
Mm-hmm.
He offered.
He did. It was very sweet of him.
He would have offered him a gummy worm too, but he didn't remember before he ate all the gummy worms.
Baby, baby, incredibly
Hungry
baby.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry baby.
Yeah.
And he just keeps crunching on the chips while looking up at eggs happily.
Egg's just standing there, like if he was a toon, he would have the giant sweat drop. Like, do I just? He's just standing there, man. He doesn't know what to do here.
There is an adorable ferret in your chair.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
He doesn't know what to do about this.
H might point at the TV after a bit then and go,
What's that?
That's the TV.
What's it do?
Um, Probably easier for me to just show you. Uh, and he picks up
Oh.
a remote from there probably is like a little table by the chair. He picks up a remote and hits a button and the TV turns on. And it's
H startles a little.
yeah. I think it turns on to like a news channel, so there's like two people behind a desk talking about the stock market.
H stares at it for a hot minute, and Eggs can see the gears turning in that little head. Oh, he is trying so hard to comprehend. And then he sees it just visibly fizzle out, just like the little tune. I what sort of tune? I don't know, but something fizzles out, and then he just looks back at Eggs.
I don't understand most of the words they're saying.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, the television is like people in one place can say things and then they can show people all over the place exactly what they want. And he
Oh.
clicks to change the channel and turns it on to some sort of educational little kids show that's the sort of thing that's on at 7 in the morning.
Presumably, it's colorful, which catches H's attention.
Oh, absolutely. It's they're in Inkwell, so everything is cartoons pretty much. But yeah, it's something like Dora the Explorer style. All very bright and colorful actors.
And H seems to comprehend this one much better.
Yeah. This one is like a little kid is on an adventure and they need your help to figure out which bridge to cross and stuff like that. Do you do you see the missing loaf of bread?
Yes!
My gosh. Each responding back to the TV and pointing at things and stuff. And the show is like, good job! And Eggs is
Happy
like,
giggles.
should I tell him or not that the TV can't hear him? And it
Let him
decides
have
not
his
to.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let him have fun.
Yeah. Eggs will let him have fun.
While eating his snacks.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I think Eggs does go into the other room for a little bit, a few minutes, uh, and changes out of his work uniform into like jeans and a hoodie. He's still wearing the mask, but
Comfy clothes.
yeah, comfier clothes. So he comes back out in comfy clothes and I think sits on the edge of the bed.
When he comes back out, H has somehow cleaved through at least another 2 bags of snacks.
Oh, I'm just picturing the ground around the chair becoming littered with these colorful wrappers.
Yeah, he has not left a single crumb, but wrappers definitely.
Aww. Yeah. Eggs will just sit there watching.
When Eggs comes back out and sits on the bed, H does notice him and go like,
Oh, comfy clothes.
Uh, yeah. I don't wear my work uniform all the time.
Work uniform. You have to wear that one for work?
Yeah. It's how people can tell that I work there. Because,
Oh.
yeah, most people don't walk around wearing that sort of thing at the PartyPlex, and only the security guards get those badges.
Oh. Cool.
It's definitely not the
No,
worst
no.
uniform I've had.
What's the worst uniform you've had?
Oh, hard to say. There have been a lot of uncomfortable ones. So, this one isn't too uncomfortable, at least, and it's not too silly. So, I don't mind it.
H nods. He doesn't fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows he likes comfy clothes, so he gets that part.
Yeah.
He has his comfy cloak, but he wears that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Good for him.
He might say that part actually. He might say that part actually like,
I like comfy stuff. Like, I have my comfy cloak, but I get to have that one all the time.
Yeah, that's nice. Unfortunately, sometimes jobs, you don't get to dress exactly how you'd like.
Hmm. All jobs should give comfy clothes.
It would definitely be nicer if they did, yeah.
And snacks. All jobs should also give snacks.
Well, a lot of jobs, not all of them, but a good number of jobs do give snacks. The PartyPlex has snacks in their employee break rooms.
Snacks are good. I like snacks. I like food.
I think X is going to try something and go, "Oh, I never would have guessed. That seems very out of character for you."
He kind of wiggles a little. He does.
I like food a lot, and I always try to have a snack on me because I get hungry a lot, and it doesn't feel good to be hungry. So I keep a lot of snacks. I like candy, and I like spicy stuff, and I really like the sour stuff, but not the too sour because sometimes that makes my face hurt. But I like the sour candies, and I really like candy.
Mm. Yeah, X just sort of like nods along. He doesn't know what to say to this, but he is listening.
H is smiling. He looks very happy.
Adorable. He can roll insight on X again if he wants.
Yes. 7.
7. Yeah, with a 7, Egg still seems a little bit nervous, but not upset at you.
Well, H is glad he's not upset. I
Mm-hmm.
think H continues to ramble on a little bit more about the sort of food he likes, and then the show asks a question again and he has to answer it. So he gets focused back on the show. And he is sunk into the comfy chair. He's kind of wrapped his cloak around himself a bit more like a blanket.
Oh.
Multi-purpose cloak.
Indeed. Oh, I feel like Handy sort of quietly is like, television, poisoning the minds of the youth.
Poison!
He doesn't have to hear him, that's just the first thing I thought of.
Egg's like, no, not literal poison. Andy, why would you say that? And he's like, and he's like, what? Look at him. He didn't know what it was 5 minutes ago, and now he's totally addicted to it.
What's addicted?
You know, it doesn't really matter because it's not applicable here. I don't think you're addicted. You're just enjoying a show, right?
He nods.
It's funny. And I like helping.
Yeah. He's just having fun.
Handy, be nice.
Candy does the little sticking tongue out emoji at Eggs, but Eggs is used to this.
I think like as a little time passes and as H is watching the show, he moves from like he eventually gets off the chair and like sits in front of the chair, leaned his back into it, and then scoots over and scoots over And then he's next to the bed and next to Eggs. Still watching the show.
Oh my god. Eggs looking down at him like, do you want to climb up onto the bed, kiddo?
He immediately hops up and his tail is wagging.
He's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll perception?
Yes. Yes. 16.
16. Yeah, so up closer to the bed. Yeah, there's no sheets on it. It's just a mattress, and then there's sort of like a throw blanket over it, which I think Eggs tries to like spread out for each to sit on. And the blanket is nice and fluffy. And sure enough, there is a yellow teddy bear sitting on the bed, sort of leaned up against the wall.
Aw. I think H points at it.
Teddy bear.
Eggs looks where H is pointing and is like, yeah, teddy bear. H can roll
Does
insight.
it have a name?
Yes. H will also ask if it has a name, but nope.
-1.
Yup. You don't have to give H anything. H is just gonna carry on.
Mhm.
Just
Does it have a name?
H is just looking at bear, not looking at Eggs. And Eggs is like, you know, it's gone by a lot of different names over the years.
Oh. So, what's its name now?
I don't really call it anything.
Oh. Just teddy bear?
Sure, you can call it that if you want.
Teddy bear.
and then he just flops on the blanket.
Oh my god. H is so fucking cute. And
He is a cutie patootie.
X has no idea what to do about any of this.
He is a cutie patootie. And like a little more time passes and H has successfully eaten through every snack in the one bag he had.
I think the other bag Egg set down by the door.
H looks at it and he just kind of pouts because he's still hungry, but he doesn't want to get up.
Can Eggs roll insight? Or does
Yes.
he even need to?
He can roll insight, but it will be a very, very low DC.
So I'm
He
guessing a 23
proceeds.
makes it.
Yeah, H is still hungry and he wants the more snacks, but he doesn't want.
Doesn't want to get up. Eggs looks at H
Comfy.
for a moment. And then Eggs gets up and goes and gets the bag and brings it back over to the bed and hands it to H and sits back down next to him.
H sparkles.
Thank you.
Eggs is just like, it's no problem, kid.
Happy little wiggle as he tears open another bag of snacks. If he remains uninhibited, he will eat all of them.
Eggs
Again.
is not going to stop him.
He eats all of them again.
And at some point, I'm the TV show probably changes to the next show that's on, which is a different little kid educational show.
H kind of sadly going like,
What happened to Dora?
We can't call her Dora. The
What
copyright,
happened to
please.
Dora?
Uh, X goes, that show ended and now there's a new one. So she'll be back the next time they play that show.
When's the next time you play that one?
I don't really know the schedule for this channel very well. Probably tomorrow at the same time.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. That's a long time.
Maybe, but it's something to look forward to, right? And in the meantime, there's another show.
Okay.
and he tries to pick up on the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's new characters to learn about. This is too much. This is too much.
Especially, like, I'm imagining Sesame Street now, which is so many characters.
It's so many characters. That's so many. He gives up on trying to remember any names. He just goes,
That color one, that color one, that color one. I'm not gonna remember their names.
It's fine if you don't. They're not going to get upset or anything.
Okay, good. I remember your name because I like eggs.
Oh. That's very sweet of you, H. I remember your name because I don't meet a lot of people in vending machines.
Happy Ferret.
Oh. Adorable.
Yeah. And I think he finishes all the rest of those snacks, and then there is a little sigh, and Eggs can tell this boy is still hungry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
X looks at the window where the rain is still pouring down outside, like. He doesn't think it's a good idea to go out and buy more food at this point, but H is hungry.
H is hungry. He does just kind of flop though, and I think gently, almost like he's more experiment, like testing, gently bonk his head into Eggs again as he's flopped.
Oh. When he bonks, X looks down at him like, "You need something, kid?"
he is he's not quite sure. I think like I think Eggs gets the big sad eyes up at him again, and
Can I have pets?
Yeah, sure. If that's what you want. And Eggs
tail
will
wag, tail wag.
very nervously and gently pet pet H's head.
And H nuzzles into his hand.
Oh my god. The
That's
baby.
good. The baby.
Eggs
That's
will keep
good.
petting him then until he asks to stop or moves away or
I
something.
Neither happens. He falls asleep.
Oh my god. Egg sitting there, still petting H as he's asleep, like, oh gosh, what do I do now? And Andy's like, what are you asking me for? I don't know either. Both of them sort of hushed, trying not to wake H up. I think,
H is a very sound sleeper.
yeah, I think after a little bit of H being asleep, Eggs is going to very carefully stand up off the bed, trying not to wake H up as he
H
does
kind of
so.
H kind of flops a little since his head was kind of leaned into him, and then he rolls over and like you know how like the dogs will sleep with like their little paws tucked up when they're on their back,
Yes.
like that.
Oh my gosh. Adorable.
And he is still fast asleep.
Hmm. Eggs is going to pick up the TV remote and turn the volume down so as not to disturb H, and then change the channel from children's shows to one of his shows.
One of his dramas
Hmm.
or soap operas.
Yeah. It's the undead and the unsleeping.
That was
it's
the
a
name of it.
it's a soap opera drama about uh vampires and stuff. And he sits down in the chair to watch.
H stays asleep for a good while, probably.
Mhm. Do you want to cover what happens when he does eventually wake up?
What will happen when he wakes up? I don't know.
I sure don't know either. He is going to find Eggs in the chair watching the TV.
I think when he wakes, H eggs might not notice exactly when he wakes up, but eventually he'll get the feeling of being watched and then find H now awake, flopped over the side of the bed, looking at him.
Oh, you're awake again. Uh,
Hi.
hi. Did you have a good sleep?
Mm-hmm.
He completely he flops himself off the bed as if he's a liquid
Oh, onto the floor.
onto the floor, and then he kind of scurries over and sits next to the, or sits against the chair, leaned against the chair.
Yeah. On the screen, it is significantly less colorful. There's a bunch of people, like, one's yelling at another.
H doesn't pay much attention to it.
Hmm.
He just kind of leans up against the chair and just looks up at Eggs.
Egg sitting there, trying to look at the screen, but eventually looking down at H.
Big smile.
Oh my god. Egg's giving a tentative little smile back down. Like, hey, bud, do you need something?
I don't think so.
The rain stopped while you were sleeping if you want to head out.
He perks up and like looks up at the window.
Mm. Yeah, it's
Rain's gone.
no longer raining. Mm.
Rain gone.
I think he looks back up at Eggs and
When do you go back to work?
Tonight, a little before midnight.
Midnight. Okay, so that's when the sun's gone. Okay.
Yeah. I work the
Can
night
I
shift.
come back here?
Oh.
Can I come back here later before midnight? Before the sun's gone?
If you want to, I guess.
he nods very enthusiastically.
Oh. You want to head out now then, or?
I think he nods, and before he leaves, he will give like Eggs' legs a hug.
Oh my god. Eggs is going to walk him out of the building so that he doesn't get lost.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Hmm. And then he hugs Egg's legs. Ah! Eggs like pats the top of
Yeah.
his head.
Tail wag.
Adorable.
And then H probably scurries out and may or may not immediately run into the street.
Oh my god.
It's a 50-50 chance.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Egg sees him immediately run into the street.
Oh.
Egg sees it happen.
H hears Handy yelling, H, not in the street!
Sorry!
He gets out of the street.
Use the sidewalk!
Okay. But what if I need to get across the street?
Use a crosswalk!
What's that?
It's the white stripes on the pavement.
Oh, that's what that's for. Okay. I will.
And then he walks off.
Oh. Eggs looks so worried.
Understandable.
Like,
Egg.
this type of thing is apparently, like, normal enough in Toon cultures, and he doesn't want to, like, step on anyone's toes, but this child should probably not be unattended.
He definitely should not be. Eggs could also notice H's little real kind cloak, and it's definitely been sewn up a few times before.
Oh boy.
He's had to sew up that cloak a few times before, and he always wears it, so.
I mean, sometimes stuff just gets worn out.
This is true, but also H has fallen. H has very commonly fallen out of trees.
Precious baby boy. Eggs
He's a
doesn't know
parasite
that.
baby boy. Angst doesn't know that. Eggs will find out later.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs will find out more things later.
Oh yeah. So do we want to end the FPS here or continue
Yeah,
the...
probably here, yeah.
Alright. More adventures can happen another time.
Yippee.
Thank you for playing with me, Pengu. Uh, thank you to our backup recorder. Thank you to anyone listening in the future. Bye!
Bye bye.